Hi, and welcome back to Waxing On. It's Friday, their weekend coming. Got a special album for you today. This is a band, again, another band I'd never heard of. The album was dropped off to me by a friend whose daughter has a connection with the record company. It's on Stomp Records, a band out of Vancouver, BC, Western Canada, called the Dreadnoughts. And this song is called, or this album is called, Into the North. Now, Dreadnoughts, they were formed in around early 2000, I can say around 2006 in Vancouver. They call themselves a folk punk band, but they also do polka band music. They liken their sound to other bands that we've talked about before, the Pogues, and one of my favorites, Dropkick Murphys. So you know I'm going to want to check this out because I really enjoy what Dropkick Murphys are doing. So this band, I listened to some of their earlier music, and yes, it is very similar to what Dropkick is doing. Very loud, lots of guitars, lots of volume, very intense vocals. But the album I have here, the Into the North, is an acoustic album they put out. Now, this was later on after, they had quite a few albums out. They got about 7 albums altogether, and the band's still doing some touring, but they're not as active as they might have been in those earlier years. Give you some idea what we have on here. Mainly this one is sea shanties. So it's more acoustic music. There's some mandolin, there's some guitar, there's different kinds of drums backing them up. But it's a whole different sound from what they've been used to playing. But some excellent stuff. I was listening to this over the last little while, and I really enjoy the music. The vocals are excellent. It's just a very interesting album. CD jacket, so we got a little colorful CD in here. There is a add-on, or a little extra for us. If I can get it out of here. Well, I had it out a minute ago. And there we go. You can't really see much on that because it's hard with the colors, but we got lyrics for all the songs. So we can sing along with them. And I'll tell you, we're not going to tell you these sea shanties. You'll want to sing along. The chorus comes up and you think you got a rollicking song going there, and yeah, the whole group wants to join in. So nice to have that. A lot of traditional music on here, but they have written some originals as well. Give you some idea of what we have. Traditional music. We've got Rosabella, Fire Marengo, Pique la Baline. We've got Lifeboat Man, Shallow Brown, Whoop Jamboree, Paddy Layback, Sacramento, Harper's Frolic, Bonnie Kate, and Starbucks Complaint. Now, a couple original tunes here. We've got Roll Northumbria, Jolly Rouge, Dear Old Stan. Now, there's a great tune. You may remember over the years we've talked about a lot of folk musicians, and way back in the early stages of Waxing On, I talked about folk festival I've been to. Mariposa Folk Festival, one of the great ones, Toronto Island. And who were the first 2 people I saw when I was there? Grove Scrivener, who we talked about, Stan Rogers, great Canadian folk singer. And on here they've a song, a tribute to Stan, called Dear Old Stan. Excellent tune. Just kind of giving a tip of the hat to one of our great folk legends. And then following that, they do one of Stan's songs, one of his most popular ones, Northwest Passage. A lot of what I would call a cappella singing on here, some great vocals on here, some great accompaniment. It's a really an excellent album. Now, just to keep in line with the folk idea, I don't know who's playing on this album. They didn't have a list of the actual band members, but when I went on Google to take a look, here's some of the names that the band members had, and it kind of ties in with that folk punk idea. We've got the Fang on guitar. We've got Wormley Waggersnitch playing violin. Leroy Slow Rider McBride. We got Drew Sexsmith on mandolin. We've got Squid Vicious on bass. Yeah, they've kind of kept that idea in there with the punk rock sound, but to me, the punk sound was more noticeable in those earlier albums where it was really hard and heavy. This one's a nice acoustic album. It's great sounding, very true to the sea shanties, but with their own little twist on it. And again, that song Tribute to Stan, great tune. Worth the listen just for that. So that's it for today, a special album I found. Now, haven't checked the streaming networks yet, but I did check on YouTube, and full albums are available on YouTube if you want to give a listen to them. The one with Dear Old Stan, there is a video that goes with that too that kind of ties everything together. So, kick off the weekend, some maritime sounding music, a little sea shanties with the folk punk band from BC, the Dreadnoughts. Everybody have a great weekend. Take care. Stay safe. Thanks for stopping by.